Hello, my name is Vint Cerf. I'm Google's chief internet evangelist, and today I'd like to talk a bit more about IP version 6. Every one of you is well aware that the Internet Corporation for Assigned Names and Numbers, and particularly its Internet Assigned Numbers Authority, exhausted its supply of IPv4 address space way back in February of 2011. Since that time, all of the regional internet registries have also exhausted their immediate supply of free IPv4 address space. And so at this point, people who need that particular address space will have to go out onto the open market to try to acquire it. The bad thing about this not only is cost, but also that it might fragment the IPv4 address space. And that fragmentation leads to increasing table sizes in the global routing tables simply because these address spaces are broken up potentially into smaller and smaller parts and have to be routed independently. IPv6 is important for a number of reasons, not the least of which is that it's an enormous address space which is readily available from all of the regional internet registries. Perhaps more important, we're entering a period in the internet that involves the Internet of Things, this or sometimes called cyber-physical systems. But the point here is that a large number of devices will have the ability to communicate with each other and with other services across the internet, and in particular could make good use of IPv6 because of the size of the address space. What's important, however, is that we get experience operating IPv6. This is a protocol which was standardized in 1996, but which has not had widespread implementation and use until recent years, as we're starting to see an uptake in its use. Mobiles in particular have become an important avenue for IPv6 use and testing. What's important here is that we get more experience operating IPv6 systems. We need network management systems. We need to have protection with regard to security, safety, and indeed privacy with the use of IPv6. And because these implementations have had less use and less interaction with each other, this means that more experience will help to uncover any implementation problems that require attention. So as you meet in this conference at which I'm unable to attend, I hope you'll give very serious thought to how to increase our experience with the implementation and use of IPv6. It's really vital that we shake out any bugs in the implementations, that we validate the network management mechanisms. And please keep in mind that many people will be running both IPv6 and IPv4 simultaneously, that is to say, dual stack. And in that particular case, life gets slightly more complicated because now we have two protocols running at the same time. We may have failures, for example, a fiber cut that will generate error messages or other alerts on both protocol channels that we have to learn to respond to. And so this is not as easy as just running a purely IPv6 system. On top of that, I think that we need to understand whether we can run a pure IPv6 environment with no IPv4 at all. And here again, we may have some problems. The domain name system may, in some implementations of it, may only respond to queries in v4, even if they return quad A IPv6 addresses. And so again, we have to make sure that we can run dual stack for the foreseeable future. All of this suggests there's a lot of work to be done to make IPv6 as reliable and as widespread as IPv4, and I hope that you'll be able to do your part to make it so. I'm sorry that I can't join you in person, but I do look forward to hearing from my good friend Yodong about the results of this meeting, and I hope that you'll be sharing with the rest of us any good ideas you have for accelerating the pace and introduction of IPv6. Thanks so much. See you on the net.